Right now, your soul has been destined for a specific spiritual realm. But do you truly know where that realm is? What if I told you that the power to unlock that realm is within you, yet it could also be the very force that consumes you if awakened incorrectly? Kundalini, the ancient serpent energy lying dormant within your body, can awaken at any time. But are you truly prepared to face the immense power it holds? Imagine your life, your spirit, at the mercy of an awakening beyond your control. Are you ready to face what happens next? Today, we will uncover what most people will never learn about Kundalini. These are the hidden truths, the knowledge that has been veiled for thousands of years, kept secret by the ancients for a reason. This energy, waiting in silence, can bring about transformation like nothing you've ever experienced, but it is also fraught with dangers. Few are prepared when it rises. But the question is, can you control it? By the end of this video, you will not only understand what Kundalini truly is, but also gain the tools to measure your readiness for this powerful awakening. Will you remain in the shadows, or will you rise to the challenge? Stay with me through this journey as I reveal the crucial steps you must take to safely awaken Kundalini and how you can assess your readiness for this powerful force. You'll learn how to recognize the signs of an awakening, and most importantly, what to do when it happens. I'll guide you through a simple test you can perform right now to check if you are truly prepared for Kundalini to enter your life. But this isn't just a passive observation, it's an active journey, one that requires you to ask yourself difficult questions. Are you ready to transform? Or are you letting fear stop you from unlocking your highest potential? I'll show you how to navigate the dangerous waters of this awakening and how you can avoid the many pitfalls that await those who aren't truly ready. When Kundalini rises, it's not just an energy, it's a doorway to a new way of being, but also a door that can swallow you whole if you're not careful. By the end of this video, you will know how to walk through that door with awareness, confidence, and control. This is your chance to step into the unknown, but only if you dare. Many of us walk through life unaware of the dormant power within us. We go through our routines, living in a world of surface-level experiences, unaware that our deepest potential lies just beneath the surface. Most people, unfortunately, are stuck at the lowest spiritual level, trapped by their own ignorance or fear. And even though Kundalini is meant to guide us towards enlightenment, without the right understanding, it can drag us deeper into confusion, chaos, and self-destruction. What happens when the door to your soul is opened without preparation? The answer isn't always pretty. And the problem is, most people don't know when they're about to awaken it. They think they're just meditating or practicing mindfulness, but the energy is waiting for the right moment to rise, and when it does, it's far too late to prepare. Let me tell you a story, one that many won't dare speak of. This is the story of David, a successful businessman from California. By all outward appearances, David had everything: wealth, power, influence. Yet, something deep inside him felt unfulfilled. Seeking answers, he turned to meditation and spiritual practices, hoping to find a sense of purpose. One day, after months of meditation, David felt something stir within him, something he couldn't quite explain. It started as a gentle warmth at the base of his spine, but soon grew stronger. As he meditated deeper, the warmth spread, rising up his spine, and David began to experience intense sensations throughout his body. At first, he thought it was a breakthrough, a sign that he was achieving a higher state of consciousness. But then the pain began, sharp, unrelenting, and violent. He tried to ignore it, but it only intensified. His mind began to race, thoughts racing faster than he could process. He started seeing visions, disturbing images of destruction and chaos, and he felt completely disconnected from reality. His physical body began to shake uncontrollably, and it felt like he was losing his grip on everything. What David didn't know was that what he was experiencing was the first stages of Kundalini awakening. But he was unprepared, and no one had warned him about the dangers of its uncontrolled rise. David's story is not unique. In fact, countless others have found themselves in a similar situation. In ancient texts like the Tantras, there are detailed descriptions of individuals who were consumed by the very energy they sought to awaken. One such story tells of a yogi who, in his desperation to attain enlightenment, attempted to force his Kundalini to rise. Instead of achieving a higher state of being, he found himself trapped in an endless cycle of delusions, hallucinations, and physical suffering. His body began to deteriorate, and his mind slowly unraveled as the powerful energy of Kundalini surged through him without control. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there are explicit warnings about the potential dangers of Kundalini awakening if one is not prepared. The sutras speak of the necessity of cultivating mental and physical discipline before embarking on the spiritual path. Without this foundation, the energy of Kundalini can overwhelm the practitioner, leaving them vulnerable to mental and emotional instability. David's story is a modern example of an ancient warning. Kundalini is not something to be taken lightly. It is not just an abstract spiritual concept. It is real, and when it rises without preparation, it can have devastating effects. So, what can we do to avoid falling into the same trap as David? How can we prepare ourselves for the awakening of Kundalini and ensure that we can navigate this powerful force without being consumed by it? The solution lies in understanding and applying three key laws, principles that have been passed down through generations by the ancients, and which are just as relevant today. The first law is selfless service. You see, Kundalini is not something you can control or force. It is a force of the universe, and it flows freely when you align yourself with its purpose. The energy of Kundalini rises in those who are ready to serve others without expectation of reward. It is in this selfless act of giving that we unlock the higher powers within us. Just like the rivers flow towards the sea, your energy must flow toward others. When you act with compassion, kindness, and without ego, Kundalini will awaken naturally, guiding you to a higher state of being. The moment you seek power for yourself, however, the energy becomes corrupted. It cannot flow freely, and you risk becoming trapped in your own desires, just like David did. The second law is humility. When you are humble, when you recognize that you are just a small part of the grand cosmic flow, you create the right environment for Kundalini to rise within you. Kundalini is not about personal glory. It is about connecting to the larger whole. In ancient yogic traditions, humility was considered the most important quality to develop before seeking spiritual enlightenment. When you humble yourself and surrender to the greater force at play, you are no longer at odds with the energy. Instead, you become a vessel for it, allowing it to move through you freely and safely. The third law is grounding. Without grounding, you risk losing yourself to the very energy that could elevate you. Grounding involves staying connected to the physical world while also engaging with the spiritual. It is about finding balance. You can practice grounding through mindfulness, physical exercises like yoga or walking in nature, or simply by staying present in your everyday life. When you are grounded, you remain centered even as Kundalini flows through you. You can feel the energy, but you are not overwhelmed by it. You can direct it, control it, and use it for your spiritual evolution. Kundalini, when properly grounded, is a powerful force for healing and transformation. By following these three laws, selfless service, humility, and grounding, you will not only be prepared to handle the awakening of Kundalini, but you will also ensure that it leads you toward enlightenment rather than chaos. These laws are the keys that unlock the power within you, and by applying them, you can safely navigate the dangers of uncontrolled awakening. The journey to spiritual awakening is not easy, But with these laws, you will have the guidance you need to walk the path with confidence and grace. Have you ever felt the power of energy within you? Have you ever wondered if you're truly prepared for Kundalini awakening? Take a moment to reflect on these laws: selfless service, humility, and grounding. And let us know in the comments if you've experienced any of the symptoms of Kundalini awakening. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and together, we can continue exploring this powerful energy. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next part of our spiritual journey together. We all think we understand the idea of spiritual awakening. We think we know what Kundalini is, what it means to awaken this energy within us. But the truth is, most of us are blind to what lies beneath the surface. We think that by meditating or performing certain rituals, we can just activate this powerful energy and gain instant enlightenment. However, the reality is far more complicated. Kundalini is not just about feeling enlightened, it's about transforming every part of your being, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. If you're not ready, it will break you down before it builds you up. Many people, believing they are ready, awaken Kundalini without understanding the profound responsibility it carries. The problem is, they don't realize what they've unleashed until it's too late. Let me share with you another story. This one is about a woman named Clara, a spiritual seeker who felt called to the path of awakening. Clara was an accomplished yoga practitioner and had spent years honing her meditation skills. One day, while deep in meditation, she felt a surge of energy rise up her spine, just like she had read about in many spiritual books. Initially, it was subtle, a warm, pleasant sensation that spread through her body. Clara thought this was the breakthrough she had been waiting for. She felt light, open, and connected to the universe in a way she had never experienced before. But as the energy continued to rise, something started to shift. The warmth in her body turned to intense heat. Her heart began to race. She felt as though she were being torn apart, as though her body and mind were being pushed beyond their limits. She could no longer focus on the outside world. Her thoughts became fragmented, erratic. Fear crept in as she struggled to control the overwhelming sensations surging through her. She knew she had awakened Kundalini, but she had no idea how to handle it. The ancient texts, like the Upanishads, warn that awakening Kundalini without proper guidance and understanding can lead to severe consequences. In these texts, there are descriptions of individuals who suffered immense psychological and physical trauma when their Kundalini energy rose prematurely. One of the most famous stories comes from a yogi in ancient India, who, despite his years of practice, found himself overwhelmed by the energy. His physical body experienced unbearable pain, his thoughts became erratic, and he lost the ability to function in his daily life. He, too, had not understood the full extent of the energy he was awakening. In modern-day accounts, we hear similar stories. Research on spiritual awakenings has uncovered that many individuals who experience Kundalini awakening without proper preparation often face mental breakdowns, emotional instability, and physical ailments. The energy is so powerful that, without control, it can shatter the psyche, leaving individuals lost and broken. So, how do we prevent this from happening to us? How do we awaken Kundalini safely and make sure it doesn't overwhelm us? The answer is in understanding the deeper wisdom of ancient teachings and applying specific laws that prepare us for this kind of transformation. These laws were carefully crafted over centuries by spiritual masters who understood the full power of Kundalini. The first law is self-discipline. Kundalini is not something to be treated casually. If you are serious about awakening this energy, you must develop strict discipline in all areas of your life. This includes your diet, your sleep habits, your physical health, and, most importantly, your mind. Without self-discipline, Kundalini can overwhelm your system. Ancient yogic practices taught that only those who had cultivated a deep inner discipline could even begin to handle the immense power of this energy. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali emphasizes the importance of developing mental clarity and focus before attempting to awaken Kundalini. Discipline creates the foundation needed for the energy to flow through you without destabilizing your body or mind. The second law is patience. One of the biggest mistakes people make when attempting to awaken Kundalini is rushing the process. Kundalini is not something that can be forced or sped up. It is a gradual, delicate awakening that takes time. The energy rises slowly, and if you try to push it, you risk causing more harm than good. Patience is the key. In the Tantras, it is said that only those who have mastered patience can truly handle the power of Kundalini. Rushing the awakening process can lead to imbalance, emotional chaos, and even physical breakdowns. Allow the energy to rise at its own pace, and do not force it to awaken before you are truly ready. The third law is energy cultivation. Before awakening Kundalini, you must learn how to cultivate and direct your energy. This is where practices like pranayama, breathing exercises, and meditation come in. These tools help you control your internal energy and strengthen your body and mind to handle the power of Kundalini. Without the ability to cultivate your energy, Kundalini will be like an untamed fire, consuming everything in its path. Learning to control your breath, your focus, and your thoughts is essential before attempting to awaken this powerful force. By following these three laws, self-discipline, patience, and energy cultivation, you can avoid the overwhelming force of an uncontrolled Kundalini awakening. These practices will prepare you to handle the energy safely and use it to elevate your spiritual practice rather than allowing it to break you down. Remember, Kundalini is a gift, but only if you approach it with respect, care, and a deep understanding of what it requires. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can continue learning how to safely and effectively awaken your highest potential. Together, we can walk this path and awaken to the true power within us. We've talked about the dangers of awakening Kundalini without preparation, but there's a deeper issue we need to address. It's not just about the power of the energy, it's also about what happens to your entire perception of reality once this energy begins to rise. As Kundalini stirs, your body and mind start to experience things that go beyond what you can comprehend. You might begin to see things that aren't there, hear voices, or feel disconnected from the world around you. The problem is, without proper guidance, you could lose touch with what's real and what's not. This disruption can go unnoticed because for many, these experiences feel like spiritual progress. But the truth is, without balance, you're walking a tightrope between enlightenment and madness. Kundalini has the power to completely alter your perception, but if you're not careful, it will push you past the limits of what you can understand. This is where things can get truly dangerous. Let's take a look at another story, this time from the perspective of Michael, an aspiring spiritual seeker who thought he had it all figured out. Michael, a teacher of spiritual practices, had spent years meditating, practicing yoga, and working on his consciousness. He felt like he was in control of his journey, and one day, after months of intense practice, he began to feel a shift. He described a sudden surge of energy rising through his spine, like an electric current, and he thought, "This is it, the awakening I've been waiting for." For the first few days, everything felt incredibly intense but beautiful. He felt connected to the universe, experienced a heightened sense of empathy, and could feel the energy flowing through every part of his being. It was as if he could hear the thoughts of others, read their energy, and see the truth behind every interaction. But soon, something started to shift. Days turned into weeks, and Michael's experiences became more distorted. He began hearing whispers, voices that weren't really there, and sometimes he couldn't tell whether he was in a dream or in reality. He felt a disconnect from his own body, as if it was no longer his. His vision began to blur, and he felt like he was losing touch with the world around him. He was caught between spiritual ecstasy and a profound sense of fear. Michael didn't understand what was happening to him. He thought these experiences were part of his spiritual growth, but they quickly became overwhelming. He couldn't discern what was real and what was a result of his mind fracturing under the pressure of uncontrolled energy. This kind of experience is not rare, especially for those who try to force Kundalini awakening without the proper tools. It's a well-documented phenomenon in both ancient and modern spiritual literature. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there are references to the mental instability that can arise when Kundalini rises too quickly or without balance. Patanjali specifically mentions that those who attempt to awaken Kundalini without preparation can experience mental disturbances which lead to a loss of clarity. Michael's descent into confusion and his struggle with reality was not just a personal experience. It was a textbook example of what happens when Kundalini is awakened too hastily. So, how do we ensure that Kundalini awakening doesn't lead us into madness, confusion, or a complete disconnection from reality? The solution lies in integration, the ability to remain anchored in the physical world while your consciousness expands. Kundalini is a transformative energy, but it must be integrated into your daily life, not isolated from it. You see, the mind and body cannot be separated from the spiritual experience. To truly awaken Kundalini, you must learn how to keep your feet firmly grounded while your spirit soars. The first step in this process is the practice of mindful living. Mindful living means being present with every moment, every breath, every step. It's about staying aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations and not allowing them to consume you. This practice can include simple acts like paying full attention when you're walking, eating, or even talking to someone. When you're aware of what's happening in your body and mind, you can more easily notice when something is off or out of balance. This awareness helps you keep your grounding intact even when the power of Kundalini starts to rise. Another crucial aspect is mental purification. Before you even attempt to awaken Kundalini, you must clear your mind of distractions, doubts, and attachments. The Tantras speak of the need for mental clarity to receive the full blessings of Kundalini. Without this clarity, the energy can become distorted, leading to confusion and chaos. Through daily practices like meditation, chanting, and affirmations, you can begin to purify your thoughts and create a strong, focused mind that can handle the intensity of the energy when it arises. Finally, it's important to seek guidance from someone who has already walked this path. Kundalini awakening is not meant to be a solitary journey. Throughout history, spiritual masters have guided their students through the process. In modern times, teachers, mentors, and spiritual communities can offer insight and support. Having a guide allows you to keep your experiences in check and helps you avoid the pitfalls that can arise from ungrounded spiritual practices. A teacher can help you discern what's real and what's merely a mental illusion, offering wisdom when you feel lost. In conclusion, the key to safely navigating Kundalini awakening is integration, balancing your spiritual experiences with your physical reality. By practicing mindfulness, purifying your mind, and seeking guidance from those who have gone before you, you can ensure that you remain grounded and aware as you undergo this profound transformation. Kundalini is a gift, but like all powerful gifts, it must be treated with respect, patience, and mindfulness. Have you experienced a disconnect between your spiritual journey and the real world? How did you navigate it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Remember, your journey doesn't have to be taken alone. Let's continue to explore these profound teachings together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can stay updated with more insights into Kundalini and spiritual awakening. Let's walk this path with awareness and balance, ensuring that our journey leads to enlightenment, not confusion. Now that you understand the importance of preparation, humility, and grounding, you're ready to face the final challenge of awakening Kundalini. The ultimate key to unlocking this power without falling prey to its dangers is the practice of complete surrender. Yes, it may sound paradoxical, but let me explain. In every other part of life, we're taught to take control, to strive, push, and fight for what we want. But when it comes to Kundalini, the rules change. The true power of this energy can only be unlocked when we stop trying to control it and instead surrender ourselves to the process. The moment you release your grip, you allow the energy to rise and flow naturally without resistance. Imagine yourself as a vessel, allowing this ancient divine force to move through you. This isn't a passive act. It's an active surrender, a conscious decision to trust in the process, even when it feels overwhelming. When you let go of the need to control, you open yourself up to a deeper level of connection with the universe, allowing Kundalini to guide you toward your true spiritual path. True spiritual mastery doesn't come from forcing yourself to achieve something. It comes from understanding that you are not the one in control. You are merely a conduit for a force much greater than yourself. You are allowing the energy to move you rather than you trying to control its flow. This is when the magic happens. This is when you experience true peace, clarity, and enlightenment. Kundalini will rise naturally when the time is right, and it will bring you closer to the universal consciousness, but only when you stop resisting and trust in the journey. Have you ever experienced the power of surrender in your spiritual journey? How did it feel to release control and let the energy guide you? Share your experience in the comments below. If this concept of surrender resonates with you, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video on Kundalini and spiritual awakening. Let's continue walking this path of enlightenment together, step by step, surrendering to the flow of energy and embracing the transformative power within us all. Let's recap the 3 laws we've uncovered. 3 guiding principles that will ensure a safe, transformative, and balanced Kundalini awakening. Law 1. Selfless service. By giving without expectation, you align yourself with the universal flow of energy. This law teaches you that the more you give, the more you receive, not in material ways, but in spiritual strength and clarity. Kundalini rises naturally when your heart is open to others and when your actions come from a place of pure service. Law 2. Humility. Recognizing that you are a channel for energy, not its master, is crucial. The more humble you are, the more effectively you can direct the powerful forces within you. Kundalini is not about personal power. It's about surrendering to something much greater than yourself and accepting your role in the grand scheme of things. Humility keeps your ego in check and allows for the energy to flow smoothly through you. Law 3. Grounding. Ensuring that the energy flows through you without overwhelming you by staying connected to the physical world. Grounding brings balance, helping you integrate spiritual experiences with your daily life. Without grounding, the energy can become erratic and chaotic, leading to confusion or even burnout. Keeping yourself grounded is the key to maintaining control and staying anchored in your true self, no matter how powerful the awakening becomes. It's time to take action. Start applying these laws in your life today. Take a moment to reflect on where you are in your spiritual journey. Are you truly ready to awaken Kundalini? Or do you still have work to do in aligning yourself with these fundamental principles? Ask yourself, have you been practicing selflessness? Are you ready to give of yourself freely without expecting anything in return? Are you prepared to step into the flow of universal energy and serve something greater than yourself? It's about humility. Can you accept that you are just a vessel, a channel for something much larger than your individual ego? Can you let go of the need for control and simply trust the process? Finally, how grounded are you? Are you ready to ensure that your spiritual practices don't pull you out of balance? Can you stay connected to the physical world while simultaneously experiencing the power of Kundalini? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Share how you've been preparing for your Kundalini awakening and which of these laws you feel you need to focus on the most. Your journey is unique, and every step you take toward aligning with these laws will bring you closer to your true self. Don't forget to subscribe to Mystica Nexus for more insights and guidance on the path to spiritual awakening. Together we can awaken and transform, one step at a time.